Imagine having to share your home with your father-in-law who's so obsessed with you, he takes your used tampon applicators out of the trash can for keepsake. This was the reality for 19-year-old Susan Cox Powell after she married Stephen's son Josh, and they moved into Stephen's home to save a little bit of money. The most frightening part of the story: this man was not the biggest monster of the family. Meet Susan's husband, the man she married after just 8 months of knowing, Josh Powell. On the morning of December 7, 2009, police were called to do a welfare check at the home of Josh and Susan Powell after the two children did not show up for daycare. 12 hours later, Josh pulls up to the house with the two boys, but Susan was nowhere to be seen. Josh tells police that despite there being a snowstorm, he decided to pack up the two boys at midnight the night before and take them camping. He said Susan wanted to go to work, so she didn't come with them on the camping trip, therefore he has no clue where she is. Even though police are 100% certain Josh is responsible for Susan's disappearance, years go by without an arrest. The judge decides it's in the best interest temporarily for Susan's parents to get custody of the boys. So on February 5th, 2012, a social worker brings the two boys for a supervised visit with their father, Josh. The two little boys run ahead of the social worker into their father's home. She said Josh looks at her, smirks, and locks the door behind him. The social worker calls 911 for help because she's starting to panic. She's been pounding on the door. It's supposed to be a supervised visit, and she's starting to smell gasoline. Seconds later, there is a massive explosion. Police later find out that Josh had taken a hatchet to both of the boys as soon as they walked in the door, and then Josh himself sat on a 5-gallon gasoline container and blew himself up. Josh and the two boys died immediately, and the body of Susan Cox Powell has still not been found.